Hi there, everybody. Thank you for coming to join us for Ladies Night. We're having a great night tonight. I see some of our people, strong people in the chat. Emmanuel Briggs, Hassan Burton. Thank you for joining us. Where tonight's topic is Black on Black Blind. And yes, you heard me right, Black on Black Blind. This topic came about through another live that we have, and it carried on into Discord, where one of our members coined the phrase "Black on Black Blind," and that member is the Black Knight himself, and he will explain to you the meaning of Black on Black Blind. So Max, are you ready to tell everybody what Black on Black Blind means?
Yeah, no problem, no problem. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, everybody in the chat, if you can hear me, type a 1. Shout out to the strong people in the chat. Briggs, Hassan Burton, E-Nation in the building. All right, let's get this thing started. Black on Black Blind is an alternative that I came up with versus Black on Black crime. Because for some reason, Black people are afraid to talk about Black on Black crime without being associated with the Ku Klux Klan, or saying that we're focusing on our people. We have white talking points. So we turn a blind eye to what's going on in the neighborhood. What's going on in our neighborhoods, our community right now is atrocious. This ain't got shit to do with the Klan. This ain't got shit to do with any kind of white talking points. This is just Black people turning a blind eye to the atrocities that are being committed to Black people by other Black people. And that's basically what Black on Black Blind is all about. It's Black people turning a blind eye to the atrocities being committed to Black people by other Black people.
Yes. That's what I'm afraid is going on. They're assuming because the sensitivity to black on black constantly being used to distract from the issue of dealing with cops killing black people. So they always what about.
Yeah, you're right. And the main thing about it is we're being shamed. Okay, Black people who live in the hood, who care about Black people. If you care about your people and you want to speak up about what the hell is going on with these clowns in the community that are terrorizing our community, that are hurting our children, killing our children, babies are being shot, for crying out loud. Babies. Some of them are infants, newborns. They're being shot by crazy dudes, gang members from the street. And if you look at these gangs, what is the purpose of a gang? A gang doesn't serve any good purpose. And we've been lulled to sleep by all of this bullshit rhetoric that you hear from guys like Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg said, "Oh well, gangs are family, so we're supposed to give gang members respect." Gang members don't do anything but sell drugs, kill people, and cause terror in the neighborhoods. That's all gangs do. Gangs are just a low form of organized crime. There's nothing to glorify. It's nothing to sit up here and say we should respect. Why should we respect a group of black men and women who are doing nothing but terrorizing their own people? And this is the problem that I have. Is this: if you want to call this out, if you really care, if you're really pro-Black, you want to call this out, then they're going to shame you and say you are a conservative or you got white racist talking points. Now, this ain't about no goddamn conservatism or any goddamn white racist points. This is about the truth. Okay, the shit that's going on in our neighborhoods is out of control. Babies are being murdered. Babies. I'm not talking about young kids. Babies, newborns, infants are being shot in their strollers, shot in their mama's arms. This has got to stop. We have to point this out. We have to shed a light on this. This ain't got shit to do. Motherfucker, goddamn person who's talking about, you know, you sound like the Klan. Fuck the Klan and fuck conservatism. This is the real fucking deal. And this needs to be pointed out. And we can't be afraid to bring this to the limelight. Okay, Dan.
Yes. Yeah, because we've been fighting against violence in our communities for a long time, and and because of the atmosphere going on now, some people are trying to turning a blind eye to uh, uh, certain criminal elements, trying to say that they're good drug dealers. There's good criminals. They're not all bad type situation. But let's just face it, it's not any of it is good. Whether they selling drugs, they killing the community. They killing it slowly. Um, and whether they stealing or not, they cannibalizing their community, you know. But the worst ones is the to me is the gangs. They so busy going after who they're going after for whatever reason that they're not paying attention to the innocence that's around them. Innocence, children. Some of them are just starting school, just starting life.
Well, this is what I mean. This is why I say gangs serve no purpose in your community other than a destructive one. We have innocent children being murdered because gangs are at war with each other. It's just a low level of organized crime. Gangs aren't anything to glorify. These Crips and Bloods shouldn't be glorified. These pimps shouldn't be glorified. Players, hustlers, they shouldn't be glorified. Okay? We can't be afraid to point these things out because somebody thinks that we are a conservative or we're spewing white racists. Talking about what are we supposed to do? Sit here and act like we don't see anything going on. This is what I mean by black on black blind. We're supposed to be blind to the things that black people are doing to other black people. You see, back in the days when you really had strong, solid pro-black people who really gave a damn about blacks, okay? They policed the neighborhood. When you look at the Black Panthers, right? What did they do? The first thing they did was clean up the fucking neighborhood. They didn't want drug dealers in the neighborhood. They knew what drug dealers were all about. They didn't want them in the neighborhood because they cared about the black people that lived in that neighborhood. They protected the black people that live in that neighborhood. They didn't allow this shit in the neighborhood. Okay? Now this shit is all in the goddamn fucking community. And we supposed to sit up here and act like we don't fucking see it. We're supposed to be blind to it. We're not supposed to, call it out because, oh, well, if you do it, man, you side with white folk. Man, fuck that. Fuck that. There are black people in the community that are murdering babies, innocent babies. And it's time that this shit get called out. It's time that we paid attention to this shit. It's time that we talked about this shit. Damn a goddamn fucking Klan or goddamn conservatism. Babies are being murdered in cold blood. Young babies. Maybe a lot of people don't give a shit about that, but I do. I care about young black babies being murdered. Go ahead, Dane.
Yeah, you figure with children getting killed, there'd be a higher outcry. Right now, the outcries are local and stuff like that, and and people are so desensitizing to the BOB that they are not acknowledging the damage that's being done when these drive-bys happens. In fact, these communities are trying to fight so hard that believe it or not, quite a bit of them had supported the Clinton crime bill, hoping to diminish these types of things. But of course, because they desperate, they didn't see how that the lawmakers were twisted and it become this thing it is now. Um, so that's what happened when the community's back is to its wall. It'll get desperate and it'll accept anything that is going to alleviate this kind of devastation.
And another thing is, Bell made a very, very good point, right? Shout out to Bell Moore, E Nation lady. She says this makes it easier for white supremacists to come in and do shootings as well, because they can just blame it on the gangs. We're already in the minority and targeted, and these fools, right, are reducing us further. Exactly. And so while you got these fucking maniacs and coons in the goddamn community doing all this destructive shit, okay, racist white cops can come in and shoot any fucking body they want and just blame it on these goddamn, coons. That's what I'm gonna call them, coons. Because if you're in the fucking community, do these things to your own people, you're not pro-black, you're a fucking coon. If you're a gang member, you're not pro-black, you're a fucking coon. If you're a pimp, you're not pro-black, you're a fucking coon. If you hate black women, you're not pro-black, you're a fucking coon. Okay, and then back in the day, let me tell you something. There was shit going on when I was coming up too. Gangs aren't new, okay? But there was a respect on the street. Believe it or not, the street actually had a fucking code back in the day, okay? There were certain things that was off limits. Women were off limits. Children were off limits. Funerals were off limits, okay? Now, nothing is fucking off limits. You can't go to a funeral. They just shot up a goddamn funeral and shot 11 goddamn people at a funeral. Women are getting shot. Women used to be off limits. Mothers used to be off limits. Somebody's parents, grandmother, all that shit was off limits. Now all that shit is in play today because these niggas today don't have no fucking rhyme or reason to life. They have no fucking regard for life. They're shooting anyone and everyone for the sake of street cred. And you got niggas on the motherfucking, social media, okay, glorifying shit, talking about, yo, man, them niggas, man, them hard niggas, man. You don't want to fuck with them niggas. Nah, you need to get rid of niggas like that. You don't sit up here and glorify no shit like that or give some motherfucking maniac or lunatics like that no fucking shine. You don't give them no motherfucking shine. You understand what I'm saying? You don't give them no shine like that. We gotta get rid of motherfuckers like that. They're murdering our babies for crying out loud. Again, you're not even safe going to a funeral where you lost a loved one. They're coming in there and they're shooting the place up.
Mm-hmm.
You can't even go to a chicken joint. You can't go to no goddamn where to enjoy anything. They're running up in there and shooting motherfuckers in cold blood, in broad daylight. You can't even, I mean, it's to the point now where you can't even go anywhere in the goddamn hood without seeing a fucking shootout or somebody getting hit by a straight bullet. And we're not supposed to say anything about it because we're supposed to turn a blind eye to it. We're supposed to be blind to what black people are doing to other black people. I'm not feeling that. I'm not being blind about shit. Call me whatever the fuck you want to call me. You want to call me a conservative? You want to call me a Klan member? I don't give a fuck. Okay? But what you're not going to call me. You're not going to call me a man that don't give a shit about his people. You ain't going to call me that. Go ahead, Dan.
Yeah. The children aren't safe in the car with their parent and another adult. The children ain't safe in the mall. The children ain't safe in their yard. They can't even go across the street to visit another relative. They can't come down to see their people during the summer or the off time or the holidays. You know, um, nowhere is safe. You're gonna have to start looking at groups of young men differently, wondering if they beefing and who's gonna pull out a gun.
And you know, the thing about it is, when you bring this shit up,
Mm-hmm.
motherfuckers want to do a song and dance. And shit talking about some. Well, what about police killing black people? What about the politicians? Man, fuck that. I'm talking about the shit that's going on right now with Lil Ray Ray in them in the goddamn hood, fucking the hood up. That ain't no politician doing that. That's Lil Ray Ray in them. Lil Ray Ray and them got to be dealt with. We got to figure out, we got to find a way to come together and get this fucking bad element out of our fucking community. Are you saying the Black Panthers, they were on white fucking racist talking points when they didn't want drug dealers in the neighborhood and they didn't want drugs sold in the neighborhood? Were they on some white racist talking point shit too? Was Huey P. Newton and Ratbase Brown on some white talking point shit? Where they didn't want that bad element in their fucking neighborhood around their people? They knew what kind of destruction that shit brought. And they protected the community and the people in it from shit like that. Why can't we feel the same way? We care about our people. We care about the babies being murdered in our goddamn communities. And now we don't want to be blind about it. We don't want to be quiet about it. And where the fuck is Black Lives Matter? Where the fuck is Black Lives Matter? All this shit about Black Lives Matter. Well, if Black lives really fucking mattered, right, they would say something about this shit. But it seems like their fucking voices are quiet when something happens to real black people. You know, real black lives, real heterosexual black lives. I guess if you're not a homo, Black Lives Matter don't give a shit about you. You understand what I'm saying? Because they surely ain't saying shit about what's going on in these goddamn communities with these babies being murdered. Where these black people are fucking murdering each other like it's going out of style. And it ain't just Chicago. It's in a lot of places. It's in Detroit, Tennessee, New York. It's all over the fucking place. It ain't just Chicago. Again, where's Black Lives Matter? Black Lives Matter is full of shit. That's why I don't have no problem when people say all lives matter. I ain't got no problem with it. Because Black Lives Matter ain't worth shit either. They haven't said a goddamn thing about anybody. They haven't said one thing about them brothers that went in Detroit and shot up that funeral and shot 11 people.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't say shit about that brother who murdered 3 black people in cold blood, one right in front of his auntie in a chicken joint in Detroit. You don't see Black Lives Matter no motherfucking where. Okay? And I'm not going to sit up here and defend white people. We should be shitting on them too. But but you know what? Let's not play favorites with killers. Let's not discriminate with killers. A killer is the fucking killer. I don't give a fuck what his nationality is. And we got a bunch of fucking killers in our community who happen to be black, who are going around murdering other black people, and we are turning a blind eye to it. This is what I'm talking about when I say black on black blind. We are turning a blind eye to the atrocities that are being committed to black people by other black people in our hood. Go ahead, Dane.
Yes. Yeah. Shooks, I was thinking how ironic that that one of you this happened in Washington D.C., nation capital. This boy got shot coming from an anti-violence event going on to try to deal with and stop the violence in the community. The and he got killed. His mom was part of one of the peoples that was planning the event to do this, and he got killed in a violence with a drive-by. People trying to shoot at other people around the corner, yet they sprayed the whole community. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's everywhere. As I said, Washington D.C., Alabama, Atlanta, uh, let's see, Chicago, San Francisco. All of these are children, and there's even more. There's even more. The year ain't even over with yet, and there's like over 200, 250. I might be a little off. People that got killed or shot. Children. Children. That's 250 too many children. Gone like that. Family grieving. Family at a loss. You know, because two groups want to get rid of each other. Okay, y'all want to get rid of go far, far away from anybody and have it out and get rid of each other. Let's do the old Western style. One group and the other, and y'all have a shootout. Y'all have the what they call it when they used to duel and see who the fastest gun and shoot it out. That way, only y'all are getting fed. Y'all sign into this life. Y'all know it's a life or death. Okay, but these babies did not. These children did not. These young people did not. Don't drag them into y'all mess. Yeah. So there's no reason why we can't do both. Why we can't protest and fight and put the feet on the fire with our politicians for the cops that's killing our people, and putting the fire to the people that's committing these crimes that we around our community, or put a fire on the feet of the politician to help deal with this problem. So there's no saying we can't do both. We can do both. Don't you think so? We can deal with the police killing our black people, and we can deal with our own killing us. Because either way, we're getting killed. Children are getting killed. The babies are getting killed.
Yeah, let me jump in there real quick. Ani, you see, that's exactly what I'm talking about. You see, when you say OGs, right? You see, that's glorifying these gang members. See, an OG is a killer. Okay? An OG stands for original gangster. You don't get the title OG without having to taken someone's life. Okay? And I believe that's something that we have to stop accepting. We have to stop glorifying murderers and not give them an excuse because they're black. We got to stop giving black people the excuse to be bad people. We got to stop rewarding bad black people for being bad black people. We got to stop rewarding them for being fucked up individuals. We have to stop glorifying and rewarding black people who go out here and take from other black people. And I mean, in some cases, take everything, like their life. And then we glorify them by giving them swag for life, by calling them an OG. That's nobody who should be respected. Once again, we have to stop this stuff, man. We have to stop glorifying these gangs and everything that's affiliated with these gangs. That's part of the problem right there. Okay. Not only I'm not jumping on you, I'm just pointing something out. Okay. OG stands for original gangster. That means that you killed somebody. When you become an OG, they put a teardrop under your eye. That means that you took somebody's life. Let me tell you something. I believe it's the Bloods who have the initiation. I believe the initiation is either on Halloween, to where one of the members have to go out and find a pregnant black woman and kill her. They used to do that in Jersey. This is what we are glorifying. Murderers, people who have no respect for life. But yet we listen to people like Snoop Dogg and them because they do a cute dance that they call the Crip Walk and all of that. We give these people respect. And like I said, Snoop Dogg's ass come on TV talking about some families are a sense of gang. I mean, gangs are a sense of family. Well, if a gang is a family, then we're lost as black people. If that's the family that's supporting the black community, then we're done. Okay. Yeah,
Well,
it is. It is niggas. It is. The system did put them in position to do that. But here's the problem, though. At some point, right, it has to stop, right? And the only way to stop it is we have to stop it. The system isn't going to stop it because the system set it up for it to continue and actually get worse and out of control the way it's getting right now. The only people that's going to stop this are the black people in the community have to stand up against this and not glorify this. You see, we can eradicate this with simple teachings to our children and simple behavior. One, we don't glorify this, we shun this behavior. We don't glorify gangs. We don't glorify OGs. We don't glorify womanizers. We don't call our women bitches and hoes and sluts and strags. Okay? We teach our young men to become gentlemen, to be, to be providers and strivers. Young men who grow up and they're go-getters in life. Teach them how to build and create. Okay? Teach them to go for the positive things in life. You see, we can fix these things with simple teachings. But the first thing first, we have to stop turning a blind eye to what's going on, acting like we don't see what's going on, and continue to blame other people. Every time you try to bring this up, somebody gets sick and say, "Oh, it's the system's fault." Yeah, it was the system's fault a long time ago, right? But you're going to continue to allow it to affect you even to the day. You're not going to do anything different. You're going to look at what's going on and don't think that it's wrong. You don't think murdering a young baby is wrong. You're going to sit up there and say, well, the system made me do it. Did the system make you do it, or did you pull that trigger? The guys who shot up that funeral, did the system make them do that, or did they decide to pull those triggers and shoot those 11 people at that funeral? So we got to be careful when we talk about the system nowadays, right? Because everybody has the ability to tell the difference between right and wrong. I don't have to sit up here and think about or make a decision that a newborn baby being shot by anyone is wrong. No one needs to tell me that. That's something that's automatic in my mind. I know that's wrong, right? So at some point, you have to recognize what's right and wrong. Killing our people is wrong. Terrorizing our neighborhoods where we live is wrong. Shooting our babies is wrong. Brutalizing our women is wrong. So we have to stop it. We can't keep saying Well, the system made me do it. That's no different than saying the devil made you do it. Oh, I just shot up a whole bunch of people at the a funeral, black people. Well, why'd you do it? Well, I really didn't do it. The devil made me do it. I didn't want to do it. I was minding my own business. I was having a soda over at Burger King, and the devil came in, you know what I'm saying, snuck up on me, ate some of my fries. So, yo, homie, I need you to go down to this funeral and shoot a whole bunch of black people. Well, devil, I don't want to do it. Man, I'm telling you to do it. Okay. So that's what's going on? The devil making you do it? The devil is the system. So we have to get to the point now to where we say, look, as a matter of fact, I'm going to quote something that I got from my big sis, okay? Even though I'm older than her, I call her my big sis, all right? And her name is, y'all know that's Tony B. She comes in as Tony B. That's my big sis, right? She said there were some Negroes we are going to have to write off. She calls them write-offs. And I agree. These Negroes who are going around murdering people like animals, mimicking the animalistic attributes of white people, are write-offs. We got to write them off. Excommunicate them from our communities. Exile them out of our communities. We have to take control of our communities again. We have to make our communities safe. The cops aren't going to make our communities safe. The system, the devil, is not going to make our communities safe. We have to do it. We as black men and black women who are pro-black, who give a damn about our people and the lives of our children, are going to have to fight this ugly monster, this inner city beast. We got two beasts we got to fight. We got the master beast, which is the white man, and we got his little pet beast, which is black murderous coon. That's his little pet. And his little pet is running around in our community. And we need to put his little pet out of his misery. Okay? So I have respect for the brothers who come in with the history. Yeah, this happened 60 years ago and so forth and whatever. And they told us that we couldn't have the black man in the house in order to get a government check. And they put drugs in the community. Yo, I got all that. And I respect you for saying that. I respect you for dropping that knowledge. But understand, even back in the day of the Black Panthers with Huey P. Newton, they knew the kind of destructive force that this would bring to the community, and they tried to fight against it. They tried to guard against it. They fought to keep drug dealers out of the community, gang members out of the community, pimps out of the community. They knew the system was stacked against us. So right now, we have to understand we don't have no rewards coming from this system. This system isn't set up for us to prosper. We have to allow ourselves to prosper by coming together, uniting, right, and saying, look, we're not taking this anymore. I know this may sound cliche or it may sound corny to some of you, but this is some real shit. It's about time we went to our windows, open them, and stick our heads out in the neighborhood and yell at the top of our fucking lungs that we are as mad as hell and we will not take it anymore. We aren't going to take it anymore. Ain't no politician going to do anything. We have to do something. And it starts with simple teachings. We can eradicate this at the infant level. with simple teachings and simple behavior. One, stop glorifying bad things. Stop rewarding bad black people. Stop calling niggas OGs or nothing but murderers. Stop glorifying gangs. Stop fraternizing with gangs. Don't let your kids get involved in gangs. Don't support pimps. Don't glorify pimps. Push this shit out of the community. Go ahead, Dane.
Yeah, we just gonna have to accept that the people that do these things are not black people, or they're not pro-black people. You know, they are unknowingly at the beck and call of a white supremacist system. They can't see no other way. They can't see what they're doing is wrong. They can't. They're not willing to change. They're willing to do anything and everything to get what they want to get. Not don't care what's going on around them. That's why drive-bys happen. They intent on getting what they get, and they don't care of the what's happening to the community. And they don't see how they're destroying it. All they see is I'm getting mine, or their revenge or their defending of a territory is more important than the lives in the territory. Yeah. So the reason I think Black Lives Matter silence on this because Black Lives Matter is not black. And white people do not want to talk about things black because they don't want to look like they're racist.
No, you know, they're black, right? But they're only for black LGBT or black homosexual, the queer. Okay, Black Lives Matter. Actually, black people need to start charging a lot of these homosexuals with discrimination. They're being very open and blatant with their discrimination against heterosexual people. Okay, and one of them got. I'm telling you right now, they got one time to come my way with that. I'm suing. And I'm suing with extreme prejudice. I'm telling you, one homosexual got one time to come at me with some discrimination, and I'm taking them to the bank. They are heavy with the discrimination now against heterosexual straight people. They have a hatred for heterosexual people like the Klan has against black people. They hate straight people like the Klan hate black people. If they had it their way, they would do worse to us than what the Klan has ever done to us. They hate us that much. I've seen this mentality. Okay? If they had it their way, and they trying to get it their way, they would be worse to us than the Klan ever was to us. And don't get me wrong, I'm not excusing the Klan. Okay, but these gays are monsters. Okay? They're monsters. All right? And they are heavily discriminating against straight people. I'm telling you right now, they got one time to come my way with that. I'm going off. I'm getting every lawyer in the universe. I'm going off. I'm going to break the bank of the Black Lives Matter. They got one time. They think that they can get away with blatant discrimination simply because they are gay. And they believe that they can just discriminate and treat heterosexual straight people any old kind of way they want simply because we are heterosexual. Simply because we are straight. No, it don't work that way. We will be having none of that. So I really don't give a damn about Black Lives Matter because Black Lives Matter wasn't founded on anything for black people in the first place. All they did was took an opportunity to jump on a goddamn, movement, okay, and use it to their benefit. It's just an incredible convergence of circumstances that they've managed to use to their own benefit. That's all this is. Okay, fuck Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah,
So
tell them I
I
said
don't
it.
know. Ooh, what's going on?
And another thing too, right? I'm sorry, Dan. Let me finish this. I done got on the rack. I keep thinking I'm on gangster talk. I'm trying to remember this is ladies' night, but we're short a lady, and ladies' night is looking for another lady to come up here with Dame. So if you are interested, looking for someone who is permanent, who have time to spend on Saturday nights for about 2 hours, just email us. Okay, if you're interested, if you want to host with Dame, we're looking to try out several people. So, um, am I still on? Did I get knocked off?
No, you still there?
Oh, okay. I saw the screen change. I'm like, what the hell? Okay. All right. And so, ladies, if you're interested, you want to come up every now and then or part time or whatever, just holler at Dame email, and she'll get back with you on that. But anyway, I know me. I'm Max Black, man. I'm used to ranting on my shows, gangster talk in the old Drive 3G. So when I come up here on Ladies Night, I try not to comedy the show, but I got so much I want to say because there's so much passion inside. You know what I'm saying? Especially about this topic. With black people murdering each other, and we supposed to turn a blind eye. That's why I coined the phrase "black on black blind." We are supposed to walk around here with a blind eye to what we are doing to each other. Okay, we have black men. Okay, who are brutalizing black women. It's bad enough we have white men. Okay, murdering, brutalizing, and raping our black women at will during slavery. Now we got black men who seem to want to take this, the place of the slave masters in this day and age. It's almost like they want their turn to brutalize and rape the black woman with impunity, without any fear of any repercussion. Okay? And and so we have to address that. Many of us are addressing that. Okay? And understand something too, right? It's like I was telling Dan. A real man doesn't have hatred for a woman. Okay? A woman can do some of the most heinous things. And a man may not want to be with her anymore, or he may disrespect her at some point, but he don't harbor hatred for women. He may hate that one particular woman depending on what she done. Like maybe she murdered his kid or something like that. He may hate her for life, but he's not going to hate other women. Okay? Gay men hate women. Gay people can't stand natural women. If you listen to the lesbians, the LBTs or whatever, they'll tell you they can't stand natural women. Gay men can't stand natural women either. So you have the whole homosexual horde can't stand natural women, and they want to replace natural women with these biological monstrosities of humanity that they call trans this and trans that. Now you got some little monkey walking around calling herself, some little urchin walking around calling herself non-binary. Doesn't Janelle Monáe look like a little urchin? Like a little, a little demonic imp, right? The only thing she's missing is the long tail with the spade spike on the end of the tail. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, some little spiky-tailed imp. right? Calling herself non-binary. This is ridiculous. And there's a show coming up, but I can't do it. But Dame, a woman's gonna as soon as we get a woman to do it. But they're gonna talk about androgynous characters in games, video games, and things like that. I told y'all last time I seen my first androgynous character, in real life, and I'm telling y'all, it's amazing to see that. I've never seen anything like that. Their faces don't have any defining features one way or the other. I thought the shit was amazing. Don't get me wrong, I'm not condoning it. I just thought it was incredible. Like, I'm like, God damn, you really couldn't tell. But I digress. Let me get back on black blind. Because let me let Dame get some of this because it is late night. And I done took it over by running my mouth. But black on black blind. Hashtag, what's the hashtag on the Dame?
BOBB.
Hashtag BOBB. And yeah, so we have to stop turning a blind eye to what we see in the community. Okay? We're not gonna sit here and allow the thugs in our community to run rampant and do what the fuck they want to do because we're afraid of being called a conservative. Because we're afraid of saying that we're spewing white racist talking points. Ain't nobody talking about no goddamn racist talking points. We're talking about these maniacs who are in the hood where we live, shooting out babies and shooting up motherfucking funerals. Fuck a goddamn white talking point. I'm telling you what's going on right fucking now in real time. This is shit that we need to pay attention to. This is shit that we need to deal with. Go ahead, Dane. I'm gonna go on mute for a minute. Dane, go ahead.
Yes. All righty. Yeah. So yes, we got to be careful because our blindness can sneak in. We unknowingly, how many times have we used that OG phrase before? But that's gang language. I didn't know that's what it meant when somebody became an OG. I just thought that was just an old gangster. But hey, if you're gonna be an old gangster, that means you've done some stuff. But yes, there's nothing to say we can't do both. Fight against and protest cops killing black people, and fight against and protest black people killing us. Yeah, so yeah, it's really prevalent. Even I was shocked myself. I always thought that was a bigger city crime, but we had drive-by going down in my little bitty town. We had people was planning on coming down and retire because we're a nice, quiet community, and all of a sudden we have drive-bys going through. Luckily, nobody was killed in some of them. But hurt, people diving, hiding in the bathtub so the bullets don't go through. Yeah, so we didn't really have to think about that. Our concentration was white cops. And we because drug dealers don't look like they're obviously killing us, but they are poisoning the community. And you poison, you eventually kill it. You can poison somebody where they die slow. You can poison somebody where they linger for years, but eventually you're going to kill them. And yeah, so yeah, and what's not very well known is the glorifying of pimps and Macs. Well, hey, the pimps are now Gang members. The gangs have taken over the pimp game. And that takes it to a whole new level. How you think they finance their guns? How you think they finances their places? So one bleeds into the other. They either breaking in, they pimping women, or in fact, in some cases, they're fellow gang members. Hey, there's female gang members. To make money, to pay for the drugs, to pay for the guns. And those who don't want to, and find a place for those who don't want to do the work. And that kind of work. Yeah.
All right. All right, y'all. With that being said, we're gonna move on into our next topic for the night. And then we're gonna talk about that for a while. We're gonna close on that because we press for time here. So, that's pretty much our thoughts on the black on black blindness that's going on in our community that we need to address.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to feel some kind of way because somebody don't want to accept the truth about what's going on in our neighborhoods. Okay, so with that being said, we want to move on to a more lighter topic. We call it connected to the diaspora. Now, we've just recently had an influx of African brothers and sisters into the E Nation, and we're proud of that, and I'm really enjoying getting to know my African brothers and sisters. One of them is in the chat, the Negus brother. He's E Nation. He's down with us. That's my man Lade from Nigeria, and we have another brother who's royalty. He's from Ghana, and we have a couple of brothers from Ghana, and we got a sister also from Ghana. Her name is Victoria, and so they've joined the E Nation, and you're going to see them soon. Okay, right now they're getting acclimated with us. They're getting comfortable with us, but soon on one of these shows they're going to step up and come on up on the shows when they're comfortable, and you'll be able to hear this. But there he is, right there, Negus. That's our Nigerian brother. Everybody give him a warm welcome. He is now part of the E Nation with us. He is in Africa right now, and so we're reaching out to our brothers and sisters in the diaspora. And one of the reasons why we're doing this is because it's time, because black people in this country, we don't have any allies. Okay, it's just us, right? But one thing I've been learning, and y'all know me, I used to have a big problem with Africans, okay? But I've changed recently because I realized certain information that I had was bad information. And a lot of us are being lied to. But they're also being lied to. Listen, we're being lied to about them, and they are being lied to about us. See, these brothers and sisters that came to the E Nation, they aren't the well-to-do Africans that you see come over here cooning it up, okay? These are brothers and sisters that are in the same situation you and I are in here in America. And trust me, when you start to hear these brothers speak, you'll see what I'm talking about. They sound just like us. They just got a little bit of an accent. But they sound just like us. They're going through the same trials and tribulations that we're going through, and in a lot of cases, even worse. I've had discussions with these brothers, and some things they've told me has blown my mind. I'm still screwed up about, and that I had no idea that was going on over there. Like for one, some brothers and sisters, when they work over there, they only get paid $60 a month. And then sometimes the person they're working with has the nerve to make them wait a whole other half month to get paid. So imagine working 30 days and you only making $60, and then your boss got to know talking about, listen, I ain't got it, work 15 more days and I'll give it to you. Now y'all know damn well over here somebody would get their ass whooped right? But they deal with that over there. They deal with that. Somehow they manage to live. And I've had some very powerful discussions with these brothers that I'm starting to understand. They're teaching me about Africa. They're teaching me about things that are going on, and I'm learning from them. Like I said, Negus, that's my brother Lade. He's really teaching me right now, guiding me through some things about Africa, the do's and don'ts. So I look at these brothers as my teachers too, because I don't know much about Africa. I'm learning from these brothers. I'm learning about what's really going on in Africa amongst the people who are not put in the limelight, who are not put in the mainstream media. And you find out what's really going on the streets of Ghana, what's really going on the streets of Nigeria. You understand what I'm saying? These brothers and sisters are no different than we are, man. They're struggling. They're going through it just like we're going through it. They're not over there shitting on us. They're not over there talking about they hate black people. They're over there trying to survive just like we're trying to survive. Okay? In a lot of cases, man, they got it hard.
Yeah.
And so these brothers and sisters are very interesting. Like I said, they're getting comfortable with us. We're working behind the scenes, and when they're comfortable, you'll see them on the panel. They come up here and start talking, and get to know you guys, and then you'll see for yourself a side of Africa or African people many of us haven't seen before or haven't heard before, because y'all know over here these Nigerians are notorious coons. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things that I enjoy talking to these brothers about, and the sister Victoria. And so it's time for us to start connecting back to the continent. It makes sense, okay? Because we have to join our mentalities together to become one whole people again. Because right now we're broken. We're broken on both sides. And there's a collective effort to keep us from connecting with each other. Okay? I'm talking about a huge effort. You see, the people that they don't want us to connect with, they don't want us to connect with the brothers like Lade. They don't want us to connect with the brothers like the Nana, Big Mike, who is a military contractor who's royalty. They don't want us to connect to the African brothers and sisters who really know what it is. Okay, who really understand the struggle, because they're going through the struggle themselves, because they don't want them to relate to us. They don't want us to form any kind of coalition. They don't want us to form a bond with these brothers and sisters. That's why there's a big effort to keep us from connected. What they do is they send the coons over here, who talk down to us, who make us, feel some kind of way about African people. And so when we got the good brothers and sisters, okay, like my man Lade and Victoria, we already have a preconceived thought in our mind about Africans, because um, we've experienced these coons from Nigeria. Dame, jump in here.
Yes. Yeah. Had some interesting conversation over heard them speak on things. If you think the $60 a month is bad, imagine having to pay for your job. Imagine have to pay money to get, like, say, a job at McDonald's or Burger King. Let alone the other better paying jobs. That was a shocker for me. So not only do you get $60 a month, some of that $60 might go towards paying for your job. Yeah. Yeah, so it's interesting to hear how Africa works, how much the African people over there is like us, and
Yeah,
how, yeah,
exactly.
and how we dealt with different dealt with the systems that we had to live with.
And and you're right. You know what? It's really interesting. They're just like us, man. They're no different, man. Like I said, talking to my brothers, in the back chat, it was like talking to my brothers here. And this is something that they don't want to happen. They don't want us to realize that we're just like each other, and we're going to connect, right? And then I don't want to I don't want to put out bad information. Okay, not all Africans make $60 a month. Okay, some of them do though. Some of them do, and I just can't even. I can't even. I have no. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. And so, when you talk to these brothers and sisters and you hear them talk, you'll find out, you know what, man, they just like us. You know, they're just like us. They just got an accent. I felt very comfortable talking to these brothers the way I talk to my own brothers and sisters here in America. It's really no different. And they can understand us. They understand the struggle. When you get to talking about struggling, oh, trust me, they know what it is. Okay, and like I said, Lade was telling me, I think it was Nana that was telling me that what they showed them over there about us, they showed them that we're drug dealers. They showed them every negative image that they can about us. Okay, and at the same time, they show us the opposite, right? They show us Nigerians who living in a life of luxury. I didn't even know Africans were struggling from all the shit that I've seen. Okay, so and then they feed us these coons, these Nigerian coons, and y'all know the Nigerians. They're like they're the number one fucking African coon. Okay, and so they come over here with their bullshit, and they make us upset. They make us hate Africa. You know, So we're gonna start clearing the air. We're gonna start bringing our brothers and sisters on from the diaspora as we get more of them in. We done opened up our platform, okay, to make this connection. And we're very excited about that. And we're going to try to, connect with our brothers and sisters. Man, you'd be surprised. I'm telling you, y'all gonna be really shocked at how down to earth, and how much they really know, and how much they understand about what it is that we're going through. You're going to be shocked because you see, and the reason what gets me was I wasn't used to talking to African brothers and sisters who are like them. I'm used to talking to these cool Nigerians who have a higher than mighty attitude and look down on us and talk shit to us. Those are the Africans I was used to talking to. Okay, I wasn't used to talking to the brothers that ran into here. And Negus, right? He's also a screenwriter. He's an actor. He's a screenwriter. They're extremely talented as well, and they're also looking to make business connections. If you want to make a business connection in Africa, okay, they're ready to have that conversation. If I'm not mistaken, Nana is very good at writing business plans. Okay, so we have brothers and sisters who are multi-talented, and they're willing to connect. They're willing to do things. Yeah, man, these people are multi-talented, man. Business writers, military contractors. Not again, Vegas is a screenwriter and actor. You know, he writes crime dramas. Very interesting brother to talk to. Like I said, man, we have to make that connection, and you'll be surprised. I see why Phil the Live Show did what he did, because this is an untapped territory to where you hear the conscious community always saying, right, things about Africa, but you don't see them really connecting to African brothers and sisters. There's always these fake Hotep dudes. These are real African brothers and sisters from the continent who are actually in the continent right now that connect with us, that we talk to. Now, on an everyday basis, they always come in the back chat. And we're looking to add more. Our platform is open. We're hoping that this is an open door that they're willing to come through and make connections with African American people. After all, this is where we do come from. This is where our ancestors come from. It's about time we start making that connection and understanding our brothers and sisters in the diaspora. Go ahead, Dane. I'm gonna go on mute for a minute.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a very interesting talking, and well, hey, let's face it, we need to unite with all our Black people, um, and those who are willing to unite. Yeah, so across the diaspora, because hey, we can help each other. We see things that we can help them with. They see things they can help us with. Sometimes, so seeing somebody how they view things from a distance, it just gotta constantly remember that hey, Africa is a big continent, so there's a lot of African countries, and if you had bad experience with African, it could be that they have been told all these crazy things about us. They've been lied to and told that they could get their visa revoked or kicked out of the country if they're hanging around with Black people. That was a little bit of a surprise. Found out, and and it's not quite as easy as it seems to get into America like you would think. Well, outside of being actually on the continent of Americas, but hey, and we see how the system is kind of set up that you got to maneuver in certain kind of ways, you know. Yeah, so it's been interesting talking to him. But there's also some problems, there's sometimes disconnection problems, but hey, we just jump back in and work with what we got. Yeah, and I I was hoping that they would have a chance to come up and talk, but that's the thing. We gotta make sure it's not gonna be a problem for them. You know, not because of the connection wise. Make sure that they got secure connection, because sometimes the connection the volume be really low. All right, let's see. Okay, Manuel Briggs says Nigerian have an entire movie industry like Hollywood or Bollywood, completely built from the ground up and self-containing and thriving. And Remy, the program starts with the media because that is the fastest, most efficient way to carry out the agenda of controlling the narrative. Well, yeah, because they are. Well, hey, they got all these movies out there like Boys in the Hood, and that's what they showed them. They showed them these movies, and said, "This is what it's like. This is what the blacks in America are like." No, it's not like that all over shoots. Um, each state is like another country in itself, so they should see it more like each state is like another country in Africa. You're gonna find black people in in all different countries. They deal in all different things, and not every area is bad. Even the so-called bad areas are not necessarily bad. It depends on what the community is doing. I have lived in so-called bad neighborhoods, and I was like, "What are you talking about?" People be like, "Aren't you scared?" I'm like, "What are you talking about? You live in a bad neighborhood?" I do. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Which it was really was it's just that the I dealt with people on their own term. I treat them with the respect and they treated me with respect. I was kind to them, they were kind to me. You know, if anything bad went on, either I missed it or people outside the neighborhood made it bigger than what it was. Okay, so Popeye got robbed and the guy ran through the neighborhood. Cops caught him, and nobody got shot. But yeah, but that didn't make it a bad neighborhood. Just a bad thing happened in that neighborhood at that time. Oh, okay, Emmanuel. They did a study that said our community watched the most television, so they're not lost on that point. That's why I became very selective about how much I watch.
Yeah, you see, things like that things like that don't bother me one way or the other if you're an adult, right? If you're an adult, you control your own thoughts. See, I can watch as much TV as I want and won't be affected by nothing. You see, where we got to worry about that is when we're talking about children, because children are easily influenced by what they see, right? This is why some parents, I know some parents now who won't even let their children watch TV except on weekends. And during school, the school year, they're not allowed to watch TV at all. They have to read books and they have to do their homework. They got to be reading books. They can't watch TV. So now we would say a parent like that is really strict, right? But is that parent really strict, or does that parent really care about their child and what goes in the mind of their child? I'm gonna go with the latter. I don't have a problem with what a parent is doing. Okay, so that's the only thing. That's the only time I worry about the influence of television. As an adult, you can control your own thoughts. I'm not affected by anything I see. Okay, I have too much of a veteran mind and experienced mind to be swayed by the bullshit I see on TV. And trust me, it is bullshit. And what I'm concerned with is this androgynous shit that they're showing our kids, where you have cartoons and you can't tell the difference whether the character is a male or a female. Okay, they're trying to introduce a new sex right under our noses. You see what I'm saying? And so it's kind of like a shapeshifter, like they got Deep Space Nine, right? Uh, the race that can shapeshift. You understand what I'm saying? I forgot what they were called. The Dominion. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they're trying to create a race of dominions right in front of people who can pretty much morph from one side to the other. They can be a man today and a woman tomorrow. You know what I mean? So they pretty much trying to introduce a new sex, a new race. You see, they already believe that they're another race anyway. You talk to a lot of homos, they don't believe that they're black. They believe that they're a different race. But you're right. There's so much evil in this world, Remy, and they control the media. This is why you have to. But let me tell you something. None of this stuff can happen without people. You see, people are the key. to everything that works in this world. You cannot carry out anything without people. You can't do anything without people. If you have a person who's in charge of an area and he needs some things to get done, well, they don't get done if you don't have people to do them. You need people for everything. The government needs people. Everybody needs people. So the power is in the people. So people thought that Huey P. Newton were crazy when they said power to the people, right? Well, the power is in the people. The power is in you. If we decide to start doing things differently, all right, like for example, let's say if 1 million of us decided that we're not going to buy anything from Walmart in a certain area, right? Well, that Walmart is going to suffer. They're going to feel that. They're going to feel that drawback. Because 1 million of us who were once shopping in that area with Walmart is no longer shopping there, right? See, that's power. When the Teamsters shut down trucking, they hurt America because you can't move anything without a goddamn truck. Sure, you got other modes of transportation, but you still need trucks, right? And so, then go on mute real quick while I'm talking because you got it on static. So, nothing can be done without you. Everybody needs you. Politicians need you. The government needs you. Everybody needs you. Who occupies the police force, right? People. You need people to become police officers. You need people to become soldiers in the military. You need people for everything that goes on in this country. So it's the people that can change things just by simply changing their allegiance or changing their actions. Case in point, the plant in LA, the manufacturing plant that was occupied from top to bottom with Latinos. And they didn't like what happened to one of their, their brother and sister, right? ICE busted in there and arrested 2 Latinos. And guess what? All the Latinos in that plant walked off the job and the plant had to shut down. You see? That's the power. They had the power. So they all walked off the job and the plant shut down. And not one of them got fired because the plant owner is scared to death. So he can't do nothing but ignore it. He can't do nothing but acknowledge. He can't do nothing but ride with it because what is he going to do? That's his workforce. Without that workforce, he can't produce goods and services. Okay? So the power is in us. And when we start to understand that and not be afraid to act, then we can begin to cause real change in this world. But even though things are ran by evil people, those evil people still need other people to carry out their evil thoughts. You're not doing anything without people. So it's the people that have to stand up and say, look, okay, we're not doing anything in this area. Nothing is moving until we get what we want. Until something happens the way we want it to happen, nobody will move. We won't spend a dime. We won't do this. Nobody will move. We start doing stuff like that, we'll get some changes in this country. Yeah, changes in the collective. You see evidence of this now when you want to look at television, right? I point you to Star Trek, right? One of the most lethal races that they ever had to deal with was called the Borg, right? The Borg was damn near unstoppable. Why? Because they were a collective. You couldn't stop them because they had no real leader. It was a collective. They all worked off of a single mentality. You kill one, the other one takes its place. Okay? You knock out one ship, here comes another ship that's bigger and stronger. So I'm not saying black people have to be at the board, but we have to have a collective mentality. Don't worry about leaders because leaders can be taken out. That's why you don't put all your eggs in one basket anyway. But with that being said, dang, let's close it out. If you got some more to say, let's close it out and get on out of here because I do got to get to work.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna end what I'm saying in that, hey, we got to find like-minded people to unite so we can be a collective, you know, that we can get some things done. Because as long as we keep trying to fight and wrestle and deal with people who just don't want to unite with us, who don't see things the way we do, or want to go in their own different ways, we'll never get anything done. So, hey, there's nothing wrong with just finding like-minded people. And hey, like-minded don't necessarily need to be your neighbors or even people in the same country. You know, we can unite as a small group, a little bit here and there, and as we get bigger, others pull in and be want to be part of our collective. Okay, and now that's gonna be the new word I'm gonna be using, collective. Thanks, Hassan. All right then. Um, that's all I have to say. I want to thank everybody for coming, for participating in the conversation. I want to say hello to Hassan, Emmanuel Briggs, Ani Dorsey, Ni- uh, Nikki, Remy Norris. Oh yes, yeah, enjoyed your comments, and also Negus. I'm gonna eventually get the last name right. I'm gonna just stick with what I can pronounce. Belle, thanks for coming and joining us for a while, and hopefully we'll get more of you ladies to come on up, and so it'll be more of a ladies' night instead of a lady and a lady and black night.
We're good together, man. We're gonna get strong. We're gonna keep building. People have tried to rock our boat, and they hope that we will go away and fade into nothingness. We're not gonna do that. We're too strong for that. We're gonna keep pushing. We'll collect the people that we need further on down the line. But anyway, gotta get the music queued up, Dane. While I'm just saying this real quick. All right, everybody. So next ladies' night, we're going to be talking about black female gamers. Okay, we're getting ready to build a gaming channel, and we want to get black women involved in gaming. And so that's like a rare thing in gaming right now, right? To find black female gamers, but we done found a few. Okay, and so next ladies' night, one of the topics that we will be talking about will be black female gamers, and we might. There go our sister Victoria. Okay, that's one of our sisters from Ghana. Glad to join us, Victoria. Everybody say hello to Victoria. That's one of our sisters from Ghana. Remy Nars is a gamer.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
so
that's good.
that's good. We're going to be doing about the black female gamers, and you might see me and Dame. If everything goes right, me and Dame may play a game of Hearthstone for y'all. Okay, we may play a quick game of Hearthstone. Dame is really good. Okay, trust me, don't let her fool you. She's pretty good. She managed to beat me through 4 times, and I'm a very seasoned gamer, especially in Hearthstone. I'm ranked very high. She's managed to beat me 4 times, so she's pretty good, you know. And so we're gonna play some Hearthstone probably. We don't want to make a promise yet, but if everything goes right, once we talk about the female gamers and hopefully have some on here, we're going to actually play a game of Hearthstone so you guys can see the games that are being played and what's out here right now for people to make money. And let me tell you something, there's big money in gaming. Like I was saying before, you got people who are just playing it for fun. These white boys and these white girls are on Twitch getting paid to play these video games. We're gonna talk about that too. We're gonna talk about how you can get paid playing these games and how you should what you should do, okay, to get the money off these games and how to get good to where you get in the tournaments and you win these win this big money. Okay? I think the world's top gamer right now is Silver Fox. It's a black dude. I don't know who the top female gamer is right now. We're gonna look at that. We're gonna have that information next week, okay? Because we're gonna do our research. But one of the topics now we normally have 2 topics, but if we get into the actual gaming aspect and me and Dame actually play a game of Hearthstone for you guys, that might take up the whole show, okay? But trust me, it'll be action packed. She's pretty good, okay? So that's the surprise we have in store for you next week. Yes, it's about time black people get their own shit going. We're not gonna listen. We're not just gonna sit up here and flex our gaming mic. We're going to show you how you can get involved in this, how you can make money doing this, how they make money. Okay, the things that they do on their Twitch accounts. Okay, the things how they got things set up. We're gonna give you the skinny on what's really going on. So we're not just gonna sit up here and talk about our favorite games. No, we're gonna tell you what the deal is, where the money's at, how they get this money. Okay, you'd be surprised how easy it is to get this money in gaming. And we want to get more women involved in gaming. Like I said, me and Dane, we play a game called Hearthstone behind the scenes all the time. She's got very, very good at it, and we might fire it up here next week so you can see what it's like to play a game of Hearthstone. Now, Hearthstone is a game that has almost 1 billion players, and they have big tournaments with big money, and a lot of the Twitch players online are Hearthstone players. Yeah, Hearthstone is big. I know you haven't probably heard of it because these white boys do whatever they can to keep that shit under wraps. But a lot of the gamers on Twitch are Hearthstone gamers. You know, they play other games too, but they play Hearthstone big. And Hearthstone is a card game. It's an animated card game. Okay? But it's a very addictive game. And let me tell you something, it takes a lot of strategy to beat your opponent. You have to understand your cards. Trust me, it's a lot more than you think it is. Isn't that right, Dane?
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely a strategy game.
Yeah, you got to be able to beat your opponent's moves in real time. And the key is understanding your cards and what your cards can do. You know what I'm saying? It's not like playing. You'll see how it is. If you matter of fact, let me see if I can put a link to it so you guys can take a look at it. This is what me and Dave may be playing next week. We may be playing it. We don't know yet. We don't know how it's going to work out. Okay, but we would like to play, at least one game for y'all, so y'all can see a female black gamer in action. Okay, hold on.
Yeah. So yeah, I've been looking for black female gamers. I was looking for one in tournament, because of some issues. I think they keep being quiet about it. Actually, there's some research showing there's a lot more black female gamers than most people know. They're just not admitting that they're female. Oh shoot. Yeah. So yeah, and there's all kind of little tournaments. There's tournaments for different organizations, stuff like that. And then there's the most people know about the big one, esport.
Okay, there is. All right, there's the link where you can go check the game out. You can learn about it. Like I said, do not be fooled by its appearance. It's a very addictive game. A lot of people are playing this game all over the world. This game has big money tournaments, okay, that are being played twice a year. And a lot of the gamers, professional gamers on Twitch, are all Hearthstone players. Hearthstone got about 1 billion players. It's one of the biggest games on the planet. Okay, so do not poo-poo it. All right, it's a juggernaut in disguise. It's a juggernaut disguised as a little librarian. Okay, it's a freaking juggernaut. All right, so as a matter of fact, when we got here, me and Dan, we're going to play a game of Hearthstone. I tell you, she's good. I like playing against her, man. She's really good. She's good, and she gives me competition. You know what I mean? So we are probably going to go at it behind the scenes when we get out of here. This is how we get our frustrations out. We beat each other up on Hearthstone. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, oh yeah, and like I said, we love to show y'all how it's played. Okay, 'cause we play fast. Me and Dan, we're very fast. Okay, because she's good and so am I. So it's an action-packed game. We don't, you know, it's not for the faint of heart. We be really getting after each other. Okay, so a lot of times she be having me down to 5 or 6 health, and I end up coming back to win the game. So she's very aggressive. She likes to attack. So, but anyway, you'll see. Anyway, Dan, you got your music queued up?
Yeah, I got the music queued up.
All right, everybody, we getting ready to get out of here. Thanks for coming to Ladies Night. And remember, we're looking for another lady to co-host with Dane. For Ladies Night, if you're interested, just email us. Dane will get back to you, okay? Let her know what kind of time you got, okay? And so we're not looking for a commitment every Saturday. You know, if you have some Saturdays free and you want to come on the panel and host with Dane, just holler at us, hit that email, okay? All right. Thanks for coming out. We appreciate everybody. Shout out to the E Nation, Emmanuel Briggs, what's going on? Nikki, Negus, Victoria, my African brothers and sisters, Hassan Burton, the hard-working black man in the building. All right, Dame, hit it. Let's get on out of here. All right, everybody. Next week.
All right, see